Why? Because 2 years back, there was a time in my life when I was not able to think, even in my dream, that I would ever be able to speak something in English, even one line of English. 2 years, only 2 years back. And people who claim that they will make you fluent within 2 months or 3 months, to be very honest, they are only making you fool. So don't fall in their trap. Just have patience and follow all those required habits that is essential to get command over this language. Now, as a beginner, you may ask that, ma'am, how much time it will take? Minimum time. Okay. So, from my own experience, I must say that for 6 months, if continuously you have been following.
Hi friend, welcome back on Break the English Barrier, the session of English speaking practice and feedback session. Today with me, Archana ma'am. Today we are going to discuss the value of the English communication and as well as if any beginner want to speak English communication, learn English communication, then how can he start? Because we are always create the some doubt, limiting belief, so many kinds of anxiety and fear are in our journey. Then how can overcome this feedback session? Archana, I'm going to describe. Now, Archana, I'm welcome on this session. Really, I'm so grateful we are being here. And definitely, I know very well you. But for my viewer, I want your introduction. Now start, man.
Good evening, sir, and thank you for having me here. Hello, everyone. This is Archana Sharma from Lucknow. I'm a homemaker and science graduate also. And reading books, listening good stuff, following meditation and mindfulness, gardening. These are the few habits that I love doing every day. And apart from these habits, I love working over my way of communication and English fluency as well. I'm very enthusiastic and determined person and have conviction that following consistency with right strategy and with a lot of mindfulness is the only key mantra to get a speedy result in any area of our life. And this is all about me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. As you know, why we are here on this platform. Then definitely I want to welcome to this channel because first I want to my viewer describe your journey, how you learn English communication skills.
So it's very hard to describe the my entire journey in detail, but yeah, I'm trying to speak something, and definitely it will help our viewers. So, sir, I have a strong opinion that getting right guidance and right advice matter a lot to get any dream of our life. And without those guidance, we might end up with putting a lot of efforts but getting very less results. And same thing happened in our English journey also. Entire online platforms are full of those guidance and advices. But it is very difficult to extract the something beneficial for us. And as far as my journey is concerned, so without making it complicated for my viewers, I would like to divide my entire journey in three crucial parts. First part is knowledge. So many teachers and experts have different opinion about the knowledge part, and so do I. And with due respect for all those expert and teacher, I only wanna say that knowledge is the seed of our English learning. And if seed is not strong, then we can't even imagine to get a stronger tree also. Means if you don't have sufficient knowledge to speak good English, then you will always end up with speaking survival English. So that's why it is very important to ask one question to yourself, that what is your target for your English journey? Suppose if your target is to only express yourself in front of your listener, so then you don't need to bother yourself about knowledge part, right? But if you really want to speak this language confidently with a lot of grace, then definitely you will have to be very mindful and pay attention that while speaking this language, in which area you are lagging behind. That area might be related to vocabulary, it might be related to our sentence making ability, or it might be related to grammar also. Whatever it may be, start working over them. And through this practice, slowly you will add a lot of quality in your spoken English. So knowledge is very crucial. So never ever try to avoid it if you want to become the pro of this area. Second crucial part that I have experienced while working over this language, that along with equipped ourselves with all those basic knowledge, you know, it is very important to have a safe surrounding, you know, to practice our English, because initially it is not possible to speak everything in correct way despite having a sufficient knowledge. So we need a certain surrounding environment where we can easily speak without getting the fear of being judged, without thinking that I'm speaking right or wrong. And as a beginner, if you are not able to get that natural surrounding, so don't you worry. Nowadays, we have so many free online apps, and they provide us opportunity to just to get along with like-minded people. There you can practice, and definitely within, I think, 4 to 5 months, you will see that your level of fluency has enhanced a lot. Last and most crucial point, so that practice with mindfulness. What does it mean, practice with mindfulness? So if you are a person who really want to speak this language publicly also, then you don't have any option. Anyhow, you will have to be very mindful and pay attention that whatever English you are speaking it correctly or in appropriate manner or not. Why? Because in the world of public communication, people are not as kind as we think, you know, and our mistakes will be not accepted there. This is the harsh truth, and we need to accept it. So how can we start practice with mindfulness? So here, one of the biggest mistake that I have seen, like all learners making, that after getting a certain fluency, when we start thinking about public speaking, so directly we jump for the long conversation in English publicly, and this is one of the biggest mistake that we make, because by doing it we start losing our confidence level, because no matter though we are fluent, but our mind is not accustomed to speak something publicly. So that's why again we start making mistakes. So initially, don't go for any long conversation. So what should we do? I have applied this technique while following this journey, in my life, and I have got a wonderful result. That initially you need to train and teach your mind to speak something, what should I say? You need to teach and train your mind to speak something one line or two line in English. You need to recognize all those situations and moments, places where you can say something in English, by preparing that sentence inside your mind. For example, suppose you are in a shopping complex, right? And you have selected a dress. That dress is not in your size, right? Immediately recognize this moment that here you can speak something in English. Call a sales girl and salesman. First of all, prepare that sentence in your mind. Okay, that what do you want to speak? And ask them that, excuse me, can I get this dress in my size? Or excuse me, can I get this dress in medium or large size? Okay. So we need to recognize these kind of situation and opportunity where we can speak one line English. And one more tip that I would like to give, that after speaking that one line, if you are not comfortable, then very smartly switch yourself to your native language. Don't go for the second sentence. It's totally up to you that how much comfortable you are to speak something extra. If you're not comfortable, then switch yourself to your native language. After 10 minutes, 15 or 20 minutes, if again you feel that again I want to practice, again prepare one sentence in your mind according to situation, and then hit it in front of that person. Believe me, I have followed this process over and over again while practicing publicly, and I have got wonderful result. This practice will definitely take your confidence level from here to here. Do it and you will see the magic. I don't need to give any proof from my side. So this was all about my journey, sir. I would like to summarize it. Knowledge, okay, then practice in safe zone, and then last but not the least, practice with a lot of mindfulness. Yes, sir.
Really, ma'am, I am so thrilled listen your speak. And the guy, you can see the so no, confidently and fluently Archana ma'am is speaking. I know her journey when she started, but spite of waiting up the perfection, she taken actions. Then we can take a action. Definitely, one day you will get perfections because without action, nothing is possible in our life. Then Archana ma'am, really you are speaking very well. It's no doubt, but somewhere as we know, there are four aspects of the English learning LSRW, and we are also know, and all beginner also know, but somehow they are unable to indulge in the daily habit because without indulging day-to-day life LSRW, we can't succeed in our own English communication. Then, in spite of doing procrastination, follow the different kinds of technique. What is your opinion? How can get indulge in these four aspect LSRW in day-to-day life and they can learn English communication?
Yes, sir. So whatever I'm going to say about LSRW, so it might be little contradictory to general opinion, but yeah, because whatever I have applied in my life, so definitely I would like to share it with our audience. So when it comes to listening, speaking, reading, and writing, so these are the four habits that are the integral part of our communication, our English. But as a beginner, it is not possible to give our 100% for all these areas. It is not possible. Already we are a beginner. And in that moment, if someone tell us that, okay, concentrate over your listening, concentrate over your writing, reading, and speaking, so we start feeling puzzled. We are not able to focus ourselves proper manner. So how can we get rid of this problem? How can we get the best from all these four, processes? We need to prioritize these four habits. So this is the only way to get the best from these four habits. What does it mean to prioritize? It means that you have to understand that among LSRW, which two activities are giving you the, most result. So for as far as my journey is concerned, so I always suggest everyone that if you really wanna speak this language fluently, so you need to concentrate first on listening and speaking. Yes, listening and speaking. These two habits should be the number one priority. And reading and writing. I'm not denying the importance of reading and writing. They also play very crucial part, but definitely as a beginner we need to understand that what is adding more value in our learning. Go for listening and speaking, and then according to your schedule, according to your convenience, you can go for reading and writing also. So as far as reading is concerned, sir, so reading provides us a lot of data, lot of information, and it makes sure that whatever we are trying to speak, how can we add more value in that speaking? Getting my point, sir? How can we add more value? But is it never ever give us idea that how to speak, grammatical and those kind of things. So, but yeah, when we listen something, so automatically we get a lot of vocabularies. We are able to concentrate more, we are able to feel more connectivity with that person, and automatically without putting a lot of attention we are able to get more result. So yeah, from my side, definitely listening and speaking, these are the major habits. And after that you can go for reading and writing also. And one last point regarding this area I would like to mention that whenever you listen something, when you listen something first time, listen it very attentively, very mindfully. Okay, people make mistakes that they start listening while completing their household chores, while traveling. Yeah, you can do this. You can go for doing this thing also. But during first listening, always try to listen everything very mindfully and attentively. And when we go for listening it twice or thrice, then just listen it in a random way while traveling, while cooking, or while doing anything. So this way you'll be able to get the best from that listening. Yes, sir.
Really, 100% I agree with your point, ma'am. Because whenever you are attentively listening anything, then you are getting content and idea and intention of the speaker. What is the meaning of that? And as per your attention, you can grasp the content. This is a very crucial part of our English communication. And ma'am, as we know, the fear is the very challenging and vital challenging role in our communication skill, because they always fear always create no some barrier in our path. And somewhere we also know, we know the so many content, we know the things, we can face the situation, but due to fear we are holding back. The reason is that some pop-ups arrived in our mind. They are also indicating us, like self-doubt, anxiety, criticism. What is self-doubt? People are speaking very fluent. If I'm going to speak with him or her, then definitely I will do mistake, and what he will think. These types of self-doubt. Second, anxiety. We don't know person, and we think I'm not good. Then if I will going to speak, then definitely he will laugh on me. Criticism. If you are doing wrong, if you are doing wrong, because as a beginner, definitely 100% sure that we are going to do the wrong things, then people be criticizing, laughing us. This is our judgmental process you are holding pop up in our mind. Then these pop-ups are paralyzing us. Then how can overcome this fear? And also camera phobia. Even today we are going to record the session, that time we feel somewhere some fears like anxiety. The session will be so effective or not. This also one kinds of thought. Fear means the thought, different kinds of thought. Those are always arise in our mind. We can't control it, but how can it's minimize and how can overcome? Can focus on that.
Yes, sir. So I would like to say that if you really want to get rid of fear, so first of all, accept it. Because fear will be always the part of your soul, part of your personality. So you can't eradicate it completely. Even people who are the expert of, like any area, they also have the same fear. Okay. But definitely, we need to make sure one thing, that though fear is the part of our soul, part of our personality, but we should never ever allow it to harm our performance, to harm our efficiency, way of working. So that is very important. But because once we allow our fear to overpower our mind, then we start losing our efficiency, we start losing our right way of doing something. So question is, what is the reason? In what kind of situation our fear start overpowering us? We need to understand this thing first, and then we will be able to get the solution also. So there are two or three situations in which, if we are not able to understand, then fear will appear in front of us and it will start harming us also. First, if there is a lack of practice. Okay. So, like I said before, that fear is the part of our soul. It is always inside us. But the moment it realizes that you are not fully prepared, you have not practiced well, then it start overpowering your entire mind. And once it overpower, so you will start losing your efficiency, you will start losing everything, your way of doing something in a best way, better way. So practice in well manner is very important if you really want to get rid of your fear. If you are practicing well, you are fully prepared, again and again, over and over again, you have done something, you are fully prepared, then what will happen? Definitely, then also fear will be with you. It will be standing near you, but then it will lose its power to overpower your mind. Getting my point? So that's why if the more you feel fear, the more you will start practicing. This is the only way. And then, yeah, both will stand together, but yeah, it will lose its power to harm you at all. So this is the one reason. And second thing I would like to mention, that like I mentioned earlier, especially for English learner, that while practicing this knowledge publicly, we need to be very strategic. Like you also mentioned that sometimes when we speak something wrong, so people start mocking us, and because of that thing, whatever knowledge or whatever efficiency we have already got, we start losing them also, because of that mocking. So we need to be very strategic, because the world of public speaking is not as kind as we think. So we need to be a strategic. We need to make sure that whatever knowledge we have, before opening our mouth publicly, we have to just start speaking from here, not from here. So from here, you know, prepare each and every sentence inside your mind and then start speaking. This is the only way, because I have done this thing, that's why again and again I'm telling you, this strategy is especially for public speaking. Initially start with one sentence, two sentences, three sentences, and then when you keep practicing, after maximum after 2 to 3 months, you will see that, wow, now I feel less nervous, I'm able to speak more, and people have started appreciating my way of communication. You will start feeling surprised by your own self. Am I the same person? So be strategic, so this way you will be able to get rid of that fear that we feel while public speaking. Last but not the least, we have seen many people who are talented enough, they are fluent enough, but still they feel fear, when they go for certain performance, so they feel the same anxiety and stress as a beginner. So what is the reason of that fear? So now I have experience of that fear also. Reason of that fear is only one thing, that we always keep thinking inside our mind that what will other think about our performance, right? And we try to do everything to satisfy others, not to satisfy ourselves. The moment we understand that thing, you have to go for a certain self talk. Whenever you feel that I'm talented enough, I'm knowledgeable enough, but still I'm nervous, then ask yourself that why are you feeling like this? You are fully prepared. You are talented enough. Then your mind, you will get the answer that you want to impress others. Then say to yourself that I will only give my 100%, and never ever think that whoever is going to like it or not. Once you will teach, say it to your mind will stop chattering. Okay. And whenever your mind start chattering again, repeat the same sentence that I'm going to give my 100% without thinking that whoever is going to like it or dislike it. So stop satisfying others and try to satisfy your own self. Give your 100% and leave everything. Don't think about rest of the things. So this is the only way to get rid of our fear. So yeah.
Really, thank you. Very effective technique you describe here. And if you're conclude your all talk, then it means, as we know, our mind is so complex organ in our body. Our mind is always dominating us, making a trap, and we have to always alert mode. Don't fall in the trap of the mind, because you are falling the trap of the mind. It means you are thinking the negative. Somewhere, if you want to overcome the negativity, then be alert mode, and definitely you will find the situation how can overcome, how can reduce. You can't eliminate, because this is a part of our soul, as you told that, but you can minimize it, negative thinking, and you can overcome the negative thinking. Then last, I want to ask very simple advice. what is your valuable advice for beginner who want to learn English communication? As I know you are speaking very fluent within a few years, and you have a command on English communication, and also day to day you are improving, and you all describe the all journey of the English communication. But beginner who want to learn, who want to start, they are so confused. They are always in the rapid mode for the result. Then definitely this is a patience journey of the English communication. We can't learn, we can't speak within a few days or few months. This is a lifelong process. Then people should understand. Then what is your valuable advice, valuable tips for beginner who want to start English communication learning?
Yeah. So only one advice, sir: have patience. Why? Because 2 years back, there was a time in my life when I was not able to think, even in my dream, that I would ever be able to speak something in English, even one line of English. 2 years, only 2 years back. And people who claim that they will make you fluent within 2 months or 3 months, to be very honest, they are only making you fool. So don't fall in their trap. Just have patience and follow all those required habits that is essential to get command over this language. Now, as a beginner, you may ask that, ma'am, how much time it will take? Minimum time. Okay. So, from my own experience, I must say that for 6 months, if continuously you have been following everything, definitely you results will start reflecting in your way of speaking. And once human mind get results, so we don't need any outer motivation. We are able to understand that in 6 months, say, I am able to get this result. So if I continue my journey for next 6 months, so yeah, my result will be double or tripled, right? So have patience and don't fall in trap. People who claim that they will make you fluent. It's a myth actually. And last but not the least, I wanted to say that English speaking is just like driving a car. Okay. And initially, you can't drive a car on fifth gear or sixth gear, right? And if you try to do it, you might get accident, right? So, do you want to get accident in your English learning also? Obviously not. So, start slowly, start driving that car, start speaking on first gear, then go for second and third, fourth. And hardly in 1 year, you will get huge change in your way of communication. And after that, you don't need me or anyone else. You will become your own, motivator. So this is all about my English journey. So thank you. Yeah.
Really, ma'am, your no, your advice is so effective and very good stance with very good stance. And really, I want to appreciate your talk, your journey, and thank you for your sharing of expertise with us. And really, I am so thrilled. I am appreciating your thought and your insights. What you describe here. Thank you so much being part of this session. Really, I am so glad with you. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Thanks again, sir. Thanks again. Thank you.